Hi, and welcome to Chicago Style Eats, the show where we talk about and sample tasty foods made in and made famous by Chicago. I'm Tony.
And I'm Stephanie, and in this episode, we sample the Chicago invention called the Francheezie, a signature dish at the iconic Pittsfield Cafe, located inside the historic Pittsfield building.
In the 1920s, Chicago was undergoing a downtown building boom. The estate of Marshall Field, seeking to capitalize on favorable conditions, bought and developed several properties to include one adjacent to the Marshall Field downtown store. Completed in 1927, in just 11 months, the Field estate named the building after Pittsfield, Massachusetts, where 17-year-old future magnate Marshall Field got his first job as a clerk in the Davis and Grant dry goods store.
Topping out at 37 floors, the Pittsfield building was a mixed-use structure that housed shops, doctor and dentist offices, law firms, and the like, and a fine dining restaurant in one of its 3 basement arcade levels. Its architecture is a fine example of the early Art Deco period, with touches of Spanish Gothic style here and there, mainly on the lower floors. But unlike much of the rest of Chicago, time passed the Pittsfield building right by. In its nearly 100-year existence, the Pittsfield has undergone no major upgrades or renovations and remains much like it was when its doors first opened in 1927. The central atrium soars to 5 stories with a giant chandelier looming above your head. The dimly lit, opulent elevator lobby still sports the dazzling coffered gilt ceiling and mechanical elevator floor indicator dials. It's a bit like walking into a 1920s time capsule. It's pretty cool.
But right about now, you're probably saying, okay guys, enough with the architecture tour, get to the food.
Yeah, no, it's
Or maybe you're saying, what the heck is a Francheezie? Well, the Francheezie is often referred to as Chicago's other hot dog, though if you're a fan of Chicago-style eats, you already know that's the Depression dog. However, unlike the Chicago dog and the Depression dog, the Francheezie has a definitive history.
Cool. In 1942, after running a small hamburger stand, Chris Carson opened the Peter Pan Luncheonette in Edgewater with a small menu that consisted mainly of hamburgers. While he created nothing remarkable beyond tasty burgers in those early years, Carson was successful enough to be able to expand his restaurant into a local chain, with Peter Pan locations opening in the South Shore and Gold Coast neighborhoods. Then, sometime in the late 1940s, Carson decided he wanted to expand his menu a little bit. However, instead of salads to complement his hamburgers, he wanted to offer a meaty alternative to the hamburger. Since he felt that the hot dog was a staple of American life, he chose that as the alternative. He offered a bigger frankfurter than most other restaurants did, and instead of a heap of vegetables to fill out the flavor, he doubled down with more meat and cheese. He split open the frankfurter lengthwise, stuck some cheese in it, American or cheddar, we're not sure, wrapped it up tight in a strip of bacon, and then deep fried that sucker and served it on a bun.
Chris Carson sold off the Peter Pan chain in the 1950s, and the new owner expanded the chain into a few other states, but after his death in the 1960s, the chain of Peter Pan restaurants slowly died away. Chris Carson's success, however, inspired his children, who, in the 1970s, launched another famous restaurant chain, Carson's Ribs, where the Francheezie makes the occasional appearance on their lunch menu. While the Francheezie never garnered the kind of attention that is heaped upon the Chicago dog, it has earned a spot in the hearts of old-school Chicagoans, as well as a place on the menu of iconic Chicago dishes, not to mention the actual menus of some local restaurants. Which brings us back to the Pittsfield building.
In the mid-1980s, around the time Pittsfield Restaurant and Cocktail Lounge closed, the Pittsfield Cafe opened, serving breakfast, brunch, and lunch, and has been a quiet staple of downtown cheap eats ever since. And their menu features, as one of their signature dishes, the Francheezie. So we went there recently and gave it a try.
It was okay.
So I want to talk about the building first. If that building has never gone over any major upgrades or renovations, that's pretty impressive. The inside, the ceiling is absolutely stunning. And if none of that has ever needed a repair, it's shocking and amazing. So very pretty inside and cute little dials on the elevators.
Yeah, they were
okay.
cute.
So, all right, so back to the food.
Back to the food. We got the Francheezie, and it was okay. I was struck with the dilemma when I started to eat it. It was like, okay, what do you put on it? You put it came just with the hot dog with the bacon and the cheese inside,
and in the bun.
And there was a pickle on the side and fries on the side. There was a pickle spear, which we just ate.
Yeah,
and there was ketchup and mustard on the table, and I was like, do we put ketchup on this or no? So
I didn't have this concern. I just took a bite.
Yeah.
Two. I just figured you eat it.
Yeah, and when I dipped it in ketchup, she had like a minor fit.
It's ketchup. I mean,
but it's
Chicago,
not a Chicago. It's
ketchup.
It's not the Chicago dog.
It's shocking and it's scandalous and all the things.
But it's not the Chicago dog. So I think it's free for all for condiments. But let us know what you think.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, it's just another hot dog. Is there a hot dog with pork or with beef?
It's a Vienna beef.
It was Vienna beef? Okay, so it's basically pork on beef with some cheese, and I'm pretty sure it was American cheese. So, I don't know. It was okay. To me, it was just another hot dog. I really didn't get much of that bacon off of there.
Well, you had one bite. So.
No, I had 2 bites.
You had 2 bites.
I had 2 bites, yeah.
I had all the rest of the bites. And
it's not that big a hot dog.
It wasn't that big a hot dog. You can taste the bacon. Look at it. It was okay. It wasn't. It didn't knock my socks off.
But
I mean, it's not the flavor celebration that the Chicago dog is. So, but if you like bacon and cheese and hot dog,
yeah, I would. I mean, granted, it's nice. It's kind of cool, and it's got its own little thing about the bacon wrapped around it to hold, since they slid open the hot dog and they had to put the cheese in there. But I think you just wrap the bacon around it, do that deep frying thing, and then put some cheese on the bun, and not be American cheese. Yeah.
But then it would just be a cheese dog.
Some tomato slices.
And not a Francheezie.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think you can put whatever you want on it. I think you could make it the Chicago dog, everything else, and then just with the bacon wrapped around and the cheese. It's not a Chicago dog, but it's like Chicago dog plus.
Yeah. But the building is definitely worth going and seeing.
Yes.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's why we chose the Pittsfield Cafe.
Yeah, because this is actually both an iconic restaurant and a Chicago invented food. So that's now 3 hot dogs invented in Chicago, or I guess we should say hot dog style. I don't know. But anyhow, you've got the Chicago dog, the Depression dog, the Francheezie. I don't think there's any other dog that we've discovered so far.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. So. Stay tuned. Maybe we'll find another. Or maybe you can tell us about another type of hot dog style. I don't know what to call it. Condiment.
Hot dog
setup.
Hot dog style.
Yeah, hot dog style.
Another Chicago born hot dog iteration.
Specific to Chicago.
Get wordy. I'm a word nerd.
So, while not as popular or as ubiquitous as the Chicago dog, the Francheezie is still featured on some menus around town, to include the Bagel Restaurant and Deli, 3107 North Broadway in Lakeview; Jeff's Red Hots, 3901 Cicero Avenue in the Irving Park neighborhood; Windy City Hot Dogs, 4205 West 63rd Street in West Lawn; and of course, if you want to glimpse a little bit of Chicago's architectural history up close, the Pittsfield Cafe in the lobby of the Pittsfield Building, located at 55 East Washington Street in the Loop, downtown. Also, check your favorite local hot dog stand to see if they serve the Francheezie, and if they don't, suggest to them that they do.
Prior to doing the show, we had never heard of the Francheezie, but A hot dog stuffed with cheese and wrapped in bacon? How do you not hear about that?
Bacon.
We'd like to hear about your experience with the Francheezie. Have you been eating them all your life? Does the ketchup rule apply, or is it a condiment free-for-all? Do you know of places other than those we've listed that serve it? Is this episode of our show the first you've ever heard of it too? Drop us a note in the comment section and tell us your Francheezie story.
Yeah. So get on out, check your cholesterol levels at the door, get yourself a Francheezie, and
Enjoy.
I don't know how you can check your cholesterol levels at the door. There's no little monitor that you walk through and HDL is too high.
I think it's
No, HDL is
just
HDL.
means.
Yeah, I don't remember which one's good and bad, and I'm a nurse. This is correct.
on the next Chicago Style Eats. The various foods that have earned the stamp of Chicago icon, flavors we know we can't find anywhere else. These are the flavors of Chicago.
Big Fork Brands introduced the original Chicago sauce, an attempt to capture the flavor of the classic 7 Chicago dog toppings, literally bottling it. Chicago entrepreneur Laura Gardner noticed that in other countries, their big cities celebrated their signature flavors in their potato chips, and she wondered, why don't we do that in Chicago?
Her chips first appeared on the hit TV show The Bear before they debuted in 7 Chicago neighborhoods. If you like this episode, click the thumbs up icon below. Don't like it? Let us know in the comments what might make it better. Want to see more Chicago Style Eats? Click the subscribe button below so you can get an alert each time we drop a new episode. Don't know what the heck we're doing? Click on the end screen or the link in the description below to see our intro video. Thanks for watching.